Dearest Helen, I don't have many friends by choice, I think. I rarely feel like socializing as I enjoy my own company and my husband is my best friend. However, I do enjoy therapy sessions with clients as my energy levels feel boosted when assisting others and the parameters of the relationship are clearly defined. But something prompts me to share that maybe I have a belief that is blocking me from enjoying and being energized by socializing with others. I tire easily, and I find being around others in a social setting quite effortful. I seem to sense more the invisible energy current in a room, and I find it confusing and can become really ungrounded. If I bump into someone that I know, it can sometimes really send this nervous system into shock. Even an unexpected FaceTime call from family can be too much. I've explored a lot of the information about empaths and I tick all the boxes, but I feel that as the pure light of awareness, we are only limited by the beliefs that we harbour. I feel fine with the way life is expressing itself through me, as I've dedicated my life to connecting with truth and I trust the natural flow. But I also like to check that a limiting belief is not constricting this life experience. Paradoxical, I know. Any insights that come through you would be greatly appreciated. So much love and gratitude to you always. So I found myself in a very similar situation with my own awakening. And it really came down to the difference between necessity and preference in that moment. So if I prefer to be on my own and spend time on my own, that's great. And perhaps a lot of us don't mind being, alone in a room like this. That's great. But if we feel that we begin to suffer when we are around other beings, then there is some belief in the way. First and foremost, the idea that there are other beings. That's the core idea that causes to suffer. It's natural as an empath or somebody who is sensitive to energies that you would take on experience, pick up on other people's energies. And there's nothing wrong with that per se, except for when we're really holding this idea, our awakening is deepening, but we're still holding onto this idea of other beings. So if you're in a room with 10 human bodies, that's not the same as being in a room with 10 other beings. There's a huge difference energetically. And when you begin to question if there really are other beings, then, although there seems to be, of course, this question for me was enormously helpful because I began to still experience the energies of others, but I experienced them like they were my own energies. I didn't, when I felt fear or some lower vibration in my own body, I didn't have the same response as when I was feeling it from others. And when I began to check out if they're really separate to me, this core idea that we're still believing to some degree because it's so pervasive, that I'm here and this other being is outside of me, then the very same fear energies I would feel, and it would seem to be attacking me, diminishing me in a very profound way. So you can switch this over by questioning if they're really separate to you. Separate bodies, seemingly. It looks like a body. Is it really, actually? And then you can experience the energies of those beings around you, but they will have the same effect as your own energies. You don't suffer from your own energies. Why should you suffer from anyone else's energies? Feel them, experience them, check them out, and then let them pass straight through you as the awareness, which isn't separate to that other being. So I hope that gives you a way forward with this. It's a very common question. And even having contemplated and come to see there are no other beings, you still may prefer to sit by yourself, but that's absolutely fine, as long as when you do have to go to the train station or the supermarket or Christmas dinner, You're not sat there suffering. You can choose then without making a choice based on not wanting to suffer. So I think you find, if you check that out, there's just a little belief in these other beings. Anything that we perceive outside of ourselves, separate to us, we will kind of be fearful of to some degree, that it can affect us, that it can overpower us. And really, the only reason we're suffering is not the energies themselves, as we were saying before. It is the core belief that this being is separate to me and therefore can have an effect upon me. If this body-mind vehicle is appearing inside me, how different would that be then in your experience of that being?